Hello, how are you guys out there today? Well, I just want to share with you guys about first is about that Ahamoku is set in elections, and this was back on November 11th. So I was reading this paper, that Garden Island newspaper, and they talk about the Ahamoku. And it was really interesting because I know there was something wrong with this Ahamoku thing from way back when it first started. And I was reading, and it says over here, it says the purpose of the Ahamoku is to engage the stakeholders to integrate the native Hawaiian cultural and traditional values into the fabric of the state policy. It's provided citizenry involvement to effectively support the mission of the DLNR, Department of Land and Natural Resources, on-site specific issues to sustain marine, land, culture, agriculture, and natural resources. So, but there's something wrong with this whole picture. Somebody was telling me the Ahamoku is it's not part of the state where the Hawaiians get a lot of rights to. But in here, which I knew, now it's black and white, stated that it's going to be part of the state. So that doesn't really make sense. All those guys are thinking that this Ahamoku is about them, the Hawaiian culture. It's not. The purpose of this Ahamoku is to engage the stakeholders and traditional values, the Hawaiian culture, and to the fabric of the state policy. So this Ahamoku, no matter how we look at it, the Hawaiians got no say in this, because the only person that's going to have the say in this is the Department of Land and Natural Resources. That's what it says here to me that I'm reading. So he says here, the communities of an Ahupua'a select the representative who will act as liaisons between the community, Moku, and DLNR. So in other words, this Ahamoku thing is full of BS, because again, it's still controlled by DLNR, the state. And I do not see why you guys still want to be involved with the state, because look what the state is doing to you guys. They take away you guys' land. They take away the water. And they lie, they cheat, and they steal. Like the water issues. After the plantation was done, all the water rights supposed to go back into the natural flow of the rivers and the streams. But no, they're taking it. They're diverting it. So now all the streams that we have is going dry. So they're taking all this water. That is the people resources. It's not the state resources. It's not the county resources. It's the Kanaka Maoli people that still own the lands and everything on it. But again, like I was saying, as long as the Hawaiians or the Kanakas gonna fight each other, you ain't gonna get nowhere. Look at this this Ahamoku. First thing, everybody like be the head of the Ahamokus from each district. But you cannot, because the state still control everything by the Department of Land and Natural Resources. They're going to do whatever they're going to do and give themselves the right to do it because you guys had already signed you guys' signatures to be part of their little uh, company, I call it, or part of the state. So they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do because you have given them the right. But again, I said to you guys, Ahamoku is not uh, a freelance thing where the Hawaiians get control over it. It's stated right here, the state and Department of Land Natural Resources still have control over it. So if you don't believe me, you can go look for yourself in the newspaper. It was Wednesday, November 11th, front page. So as far as Ahamoku, the people out there, don't talk to me about Ahamokus anymore because it's part of the state. As long as you comply with the state and deal with them, you would never be free. You would never be Kanaka Maolis. You will be a slave to them. Because once you sign and to agree with them to partake in their little community games that they play with the people, then you will always be part of the United States government. And they're lying and stealing. And right here on July 30th, Thursday was July way back, there was the native Hawaiian roll exceed 95,000. So then at the very bottom of that, he states over here, says, those people looking to participate must also declare the relinquishment of sovereignty of the Hawaiian people. So right there, at least they're telling you, if you're going to sign up with this kind of roll calls and all these things that they're trying to make, trying to get you signatures, if you guys signed up, that means you had relinquished your sovereignty. That means your birthrights and everything as Kanaka Maole doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean jack behind. You are just a second-class citizen to the American United States of America. That's all you are to the state of Hawaii. So with that, again, if you don't believe me, you can go check it out. It was in a Garden Island on Thursday, July 30th, 2015. And it was page A4. A4. Page A4, Thursday, July 30th, 2015. So let's talk a little bit about homelessness. I am homeless myself. Like my friend just was telling me, there are homeless people that wants to be homeless. That's the ones that take advantage of others. Okay? And there's the homeless people that cannot afford or cannot meet the standards to the way of living because they don't make money. So they live out in the streets, but they get jobs. And there's the other homeless, is the crazies. The one walking around talking to themselves and doing all kind of weird stuff on the side of the road, like doing that numbers and talking to themselves and stuff. So there are three types of homelessness. And with that, now we have the Micronesians came in. And the Micronesians, I don't know why the United States allowed them to come here. Because the governor, all the mayors of all the islands, county council, all you big government guys that think you guys get on good cushy job, We cannot even take care of ourselves over here, but yet you guys allow these other people to come in here. You guys support them. You guys give them money. You guys give them preference over the local people, especially the ones that cannot afford one home. That's why they stay homeless. You know, so what is our, not our, but what is your government supposed to be doing instead of uh, instead of leaning on the tourists to make all this money? I to me, I don't really understand. The Kanaka people is the lineal descendants and the owners and the caretakers of this Aina, these lands. There should not be no homeless Kanaka person. Maybe the ones that come from America and wants to be homeless here, you know, that's the only homeless people supposed to be here. But if you're a Kanaka or born and raised here all your life, you're not supposed to be homeless. But right now, most of us guys, people, feel unwanted in our own homeland, our own country, because the state of Hawaii is illegal. So for me, it's your government, this illegal state of Hawaii, that's supposed to have a trust for the Hawaiian people. What are they doing? What are they doing? Why they're not even talking about the homeless people? Why do not they even try to help them? And I mean, by helping them, not go build one new subdivision and say who qualify and who don't qualify into putting them into these homes. Because it's all about money. You guys only gonna be doing this because of money that is involved, because somebody gonna be making something. When anything is built, it's not built for the thinking of the homeless person, but it's gonna be the built for thinking of those guys who gonna make money and who's gonna benefit from it. Surely the homeless people is not gonna benefit from it. It's gonna be all you government officials, all those guys that can be asking more money from this illegal federal government, the United States government, give you guys money. And with that, talking about money, what is your mayor, your county council, your whatever, the liaisons for the governor, what is happening with all this money that you guys accumulate by saying to everybody, oh, this is a tourist place. Everything is for the tourists. Oh, the tourist is up. Tourists spending a lot of money. As all I hear my whole life, the day I was born, everything is for the tourists, tourists, tourists. When I was born, 1957, everything was so peaceful and loving until the hippies came. From the hippies came, and all these other people, the tourists start coming in. They fell in love with Hawaii, so they bought places. They raised their children, their families. But the only problem was that they brought their attitudes with them. They never come here to live the peaceful life, because they always grumbling about something. So on this whole thing about homelessness, is that Every day, more homeless people is coming. More homeless people is coming. Because when I go out there in the morning to buy my breakfast, I see new ones all the time. There's no more homes for any of us. The government is spending everything. What about the roads? The roads is so messed up, but they rather go build buildings. They rather go build something else with the money. They rather go build beautification for Lihui. Beautification Lihui doesn't make any sense to me. So with that, all I can say to you guys is that tourism in Hawaii and all the money that they're collecting, nobody said nothing about it. And then you get funding from the federal government, and every year they're asking more and more. And who get to see this money? It ain't the local people. The roads does not see the money. The fixing does not see the money. The grass on the side of the road need to be cleared all the way from Kekaha to Haena. The counties, they always say no more enough manpower. The states say the same thing, no more enough manpower. If you guys do you guys' own studies and count all this equipment that they have, and count all the guys that they have, and you guys find out that they don't have enough people, then force them to get people to go clean the side of the roads and make them walk on the side of the roads and be picked up at the other end on good days' work. And don't go make the state and county say that you need to qualify to run on weed whacker. You need to qualify to run on chainsaw. This is all state-run BS. Why I'm saying that is because it happened to me in the forestry. Guys that came after me get to go to all this fancy kind of training where I never did go to none of the training, not once, during the whole 13 years I was there. Everybody else did. Everybody else that came behind me did, but I didn't. So now, for the state and county workers, they are all held back by not having enough training. They need to have certificate to run on weed whacker. They need to have a certificate to run on chainsaw. They need a certificate to do all kind jobs that they're supposed to do. And how much money are the state and county having per an hour, let's say? And how much dues that they're paying for the that are union people? How much medical they pay? It's all a waste of money. It's all a waste of money because they're not doing a full days of work they're supposed to. Because why? The state say you don't qualify. You don't qualify to touch that shovel. So what you're gonna do? Just stand around all day long, not do nothing, play cards, things like that. While there's honest people like to work, put in a full 8 hours day work. But the state or the county don't let them do that because it's wrong, because the county said so. So what's wrong with our people? I can tell you what's wrong with our people. Our people are too spoiled, too lazy, and why? It's because of your government, your planning commissions, your county councils, your mayor, the liaisons for the governor, all them. They don't care because they get in the paychecks. They get in the big money. They don't care about what the poor guys do, or what the low class or middle class guys do. It's all about them. So with that, I can go on and on about this kind of stuff, but I'm not gonna go on and on. I like to talk about um, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, 59 years of my life. Thanksgiving. I always have believed in Thanksgiving. But finally, one day I woke up, and Thanksgiving got nothing to do with the Hawaiian people or the Kanaka people, because it's an American holiday. We get nothing to do with Thanksgiving. But because we are so brainwashed from school by growing up to think and taught the American ways that Thanksgiving is a happy holiday, that you got to give thanks. You got to give thanks to that, thanks for this, thanks to be alive. Or how much times I hear that, oh, you got to be thankful. That is all BS. Because nobody believe in God already. So why should we give thanks to anything? Once you guys take out God out of the picture, right? Once you guys take out God out of the picture, that's it. Nothing has no meaning already. But again, Thanksgiving is an American holiday. And when I think about Americans, I always think about an American one day when I seen this one little clip. In Honolulu, by the military gate, this big Marine guy is yelling, "Be proud! Be proud! Stand up and be proud to be an American!" Oh, man, I threw up. I swear to God, I actually did throw up, because that guy made me sick. To think about an American, to think how proud they are. You look what they did to the cultural Indians when they first landed on Plymouth Rock. They had people there already, so how can you discover the so-called America? What did they did to the Indian people that they didn't tell you? Well, I can tell you. They shot them. They massacre. They kind of wipe out the whole tribes. And then they rape and kill their children. And then they turn them into slaves. So that first slave, if we're going to talk about first slave, it was not the blacks. It was the Indian, the cultural Indians in so-called now America, which the guy says, "Be proud and stand up to be an American." The history of American is disgusting, sickening. It's really disgusting to even think to be an American. So, and then after that they give Thanksgiving. America, get a grip on yourselves. And you also stole our government from us, 1893. It plainly stated right there in black and white. You stole. You even admitted that you stole and broke international law. But still you won't admit and give us back our country. And a lot of people always tell me, America ain't gonna give you back your country, because they're making too much money and they love it here. They're bringing all the people here to live here. So, again, when we went to school, all we learned was the American history. We never learned our own history. The history of the Americans is all we learned. And again, Thanksgiving is just a twisted holiday. It's not even giving thanks to anything because there's no God. And Thanksgiving is it's built on lies, murdering, killing, raping, greed, stealing of lands from the cultural Indians, making them slaves. The first in America, like I said, before the black people became slaves. So myself, all these years of my life, I have been brainwashed with the American lies. So, with the American history and their forefathers, that's what they taught us. We, as cultural people, we do not have forefathers. We have ancestors. But today, as we speak, you're going to hear a lot of Americans say they have ancestors. No, they're wrong. They have forefathers. They do not have ancestors like us. So when they say, in God we trust, it's a lie. The American use it. God bless America. It's also a lie. It's an American excuse to use God. God bless America. It's all built upon lies, upon lies, upon lies, upon lies. They're using God as an excuse. Today, all the churches that I know, that I've seen, I've been in, it's not about God. It's about money. That's all it is now. It's about money. But, what can I say? All I can say is the truth. And now this is just what I know. You guys probably out there thinking differently from me, which is fine. Everybody is different. Everybody has an opinion. So that is my opinion. What I know that I'm sharing with you guys. Shame on the state of Hawaii. And why I say that is because the government is supposed to be for the people, not for the rich people. Not for those that come here, buy one home, later on buy 2 homes, 3 homes, and then take off, rent the thing up to almost $2,000 a month. And some Americans that come and buy homes here in Hawaii, they only come 6 months at a time. But this one house that I know, that whenever whoever family comes down from America, wants a vacation in Hawaii, they always get one free home. So this home is only used as a vacation place for their families. You know what? One homeless local person that is working need one home. But I notice now here on Kauai is so corrupt. All the politicians on Kauai is corrupt. All the county councils is all corrupt. All the mayors is all corrupt. Everybody on this God-forsaken island now is what it is. It's a God-forsaken island. Is corrupt. The government people is corrupt. That is on this God-forsaken island. They're using our resources. They're using our land, and they're using the people. This government, this illegal government that sits here now on Kauai, the state of Hawaii, that illegal state of Hawaii, using and abusing the Kanaka Maoli people for their benefits. They have no right to give any kind of land or sell any kind of land that don't belong to them. They have no right, the county councils, to make laws to change the cultural lifestyle of our culture, like no burning, and now gotta keep away from the seal, and now they don't like roosters, chickens, and now there's no dog barking. They're passing all these laws, changing our historical and our culture ways of life. They have no right to do that because they're not legal. And who are the stupid ones? The stupid ones is all us local guys that we think we know everything, and we don't speak up to tell them, you know what, that is not right. Don't be afraid about like they said, they get bigger guns. Don't be afraid of that. Tell them you get bigger fish. You know. So with that, all I can say to you guys need to grow up here and stand up and either be Kanaka Maoli or be just the slave to the white man. Because for me, I had enough of this white man stuff. They lied to me. They slapped me in my face. And they laugh and make jokes of us behind our backs. But we don't say nothing. We don't say that, oh, it's discriminatory. But when we make jokes about haoles and things like that, oh, they feel so offended. So you know what? Get a grip. We cannot blame the haoles because they know what they're doing. We gotta blame ourselves because we don't even have the pair for stand up and say who we are and tell them, hell no, we ain't gonna do it no more. Until you guys grow that pair between you guys' legs, you know what? Then you're always gonna be the slave to the white man. And the word Hawaiian was created during the time when the white man and the haoles was in Hawaii. So they had to create, because they never know what was Kanaka Maoli or Kanaka. So they call everybody Hawaiians. So they created that name, Hawaiians. Now they created another name, Kauaians. They, again, the haole people or the white people, they come here. They're always changing the way of our life. They change the way of our life. They're changing the words. They're changing the history. They're telling the Hawaiian history now. So the words is very tricky because when they change the words and call themselves Kauaians, what they're doing is they're labeling. Yeah? They're labeling just like being a group. There is a separation. By accepting the words Kauaians, you are separating yourself from your culture. So if you say, oh, I'm a Kauaian, then brother, you ain't part of Hawaii. You ain't part of a Kanaka. Because again, you're separating yourself. When you call yourself on Kauaian, it's a made up name. From day one, when the Howleys came, they was always changing our ways of life, always telling us what to do. They changed the place names, like Fuji Beach. It was called something else before then, and then was Fuji Beach, and then now they call it Baby Beach. They're always changing the names, the name places of certain areas. Always. They just can't leave things alone. Just like the bird catcher lady on the newspaper, I think it was yesterday or so. She only a bird, and around this little Hawaiian bird, they get these little tags. They said, "Oh, we're saving all the birds in the forest." But you know, when the Howleys and the white people they first came, they tried to save everything. They only make things more worse. These people that think they're doing good, they're doing the worst thing for the island. You look before, they never had no uh, different kind of species of weeds. You look today, they get over 1,000 different kind of species and weeds and God knows whatever, growing all over the forest, like the elephant grass, the banana polka, all these other kind invasive species that come here. The state and the Howleys no talk about them. They said, "Oh, let's go make one club, and then we can get support from the state or from the county." Again, it's all about, to the Howleys, it's all about money. So there's no aloha, there's no Hawaiian spiritual values. There's nothing. There's absolute nothing at all anymore. The word aloha does not mean anything. The word ohana does not mean anything. The words kopuna, kupunas nowadays is not kupunas. Most of the kupunas that I know is either already dead, I mean not dead but passing, and the new ones that are all coming up that call themselves kupunas, all they want is seeking the glory to be known, to have a special thing about themselves. When they see them, "Oh, hi kupuna." That essence of the kupuna nowadays, today, is all fake. Hula is fake. We're all moving from the regular cultural realness, spiritual culture is not there anymore. And people can act like they know everything, but they do not know jack nothing. When you give a blessing, you don't dress up and put things on your head and go in front of everybody doing all kinds of stuff. A blessing was only between that person or that owner of that hale and the kahuna. It was not for sure. It was not for sure, all these things. There was one in a paper where they was doing a blessing out in Keka, would allow this little child to spray the salt. You do not know the backlashes of that. What's going to happen to that child if they're not protected. And then there was a few years ago when I was working for this one school. They kicked me out of that school. And then after that, they tell me, and accuse me of bringing the children to the heiaus. That is untrue. I know the spiritual values, I know the spiritual ways, I know the culture. You never bring a child to the heiau. Before you even think about bringing a child to the heiau, somebody have to take full responsibility. That means take on anything. On that day, whatever comes down is not going to go to them, but going to that person that took the full responsibility. And all you kahus, all you kumus, gotta know all this stuff. If you guys don't know all this kind of stuff that I'm talking about right now, then might as well you guys give up. Because I know when the thing gonna hit you, it's gonna hit you. And you don't let children spray salt, take picture of them and show them, oh look, my cake is throwing salt. You lucky that child never die. For all you kahus that doing blessings out there, you better understand the culture. No need like pretend you know the culture. So like this lady told me one day when I asked for help for my house that I had. She told me, wake up and smell the coffee beans. Well, I'm going to tell you guys the same thing. All you guys out there, all you local brothers, sisters, kumus, you guys, kahus, all pretenders out there, wake up and smell the miley leaves. See, I get more class. I'm not going to tell you smell the coffee beans. I'm going to tell you smell the miley leaves or the miley. Wake up and smell the miley. Know who you are. It's just like this Nayopuni thing. You know this Nayopuni? The voting? They only talk about Hawaiians. But wasn't there the counting of all those people that have signed the paper not to become annexed? The Truth Apr petition was like 29,000, 30,000 people or something like that. And so with this voting of Nayopuni, I don't understand that because of one time they say we only had like, I don't know, 22,000 Hawaiians left. And by a certain year, they're going to be extinct. But how in the world now, the Nayopuni say they get so much of thousands of signatures. Whose signatures is they're getting? So I was just thinking about this. So Nayopuni, they only talk about Hawaiians. They don't talk about the Kanaka Maoli people, the original people that still have their sovereignty together and still have claim to all these lands. So I don't know where all you Nayopuni guys come up all of a sudden. Because, again, like I said, the Kanaka Maoli still have all rights to their country and lands and money and their sovereignty. Hawaiian is only a label name that they gave to Hawaii. Because you're in Hawaii, we call you Hawaiians. When the U.S. stole our country, / the government, it was totally illegal. We all know that. So with that said, only Hawaiians cannot vote. It's illegal. If you need to be 50% Hawaiian blood to qualify for like Hawaiian homes and any kind of things that they're going to give you, yeah, then don't you have to be 50% to qualify to vote on this Nayopuni? because the Hawaiians don't qualify because they're just Hawaiians. If they make a 50% Hawaiian blood quantum to qualify for anything, then only the 50% Hawaiian blood guys should vote, not nobody else, not the Hawaiians. Because there's like two different things. You get the Hawaiians over here, which is supposed to be all Hawaiians, but now America had separated them. Yeah, America had separated them and to make 50% qualification. So now these Hawaiians cannot get anything because they're not 50%. But these Hawaiians can, but they have to prove. They have to prove the genealogy. They have to prove their birth certificate before they can get this qualify. So you can qualify to get one house in Hawaiian homelands. So this is all illegal. The state only recognized this 50%. So how in the world the rest of the Hawaiian people, before they don't listen to them, did rubbish, did nothing, only this size, we're going to listen to the 50%. All of a sudden, can vote. So when they get in whatever they're going to get in, to the 50% disappear because now everybody's going to be voting on one issues. They're not going to, 50% not going to just disappear. They made this 50% to qualify for homes and stuff. And the Hawaiians, it's like rubbish. They don't care. They're using these Hawaiians for get these signatures for say that now they're Americans because they had signed the Hawaiianness away. Yeah? Once you sign your Hawaiianness away, boom, it's gone. This guy already had signed his life away because he have to qualify. Remember? You have to qualify. You need your birth certificates. Once you sign, that's it. It's over for you. So now they like get the rest of the so-called haole terms, the stupid Hawaiians, the lazy ones, for sign up. So then they no more nothing. No more Hawaiian, no more 50% blood quantum. They get everybody together. Finally, the Howleys get everybody together. What the Hawaiians call them? Pa'a, They pa'a together. It's all stuck together. Kanaka Maole is the only true heirs to this Aina, these lands. And for you guys out there that claim to be genealogical, my papa and my tutu told me I'm this and I'm that, and all these other guys saying that I'm a li'inui. You know what? You guys full of BS too, because to be on a li'inui or bloodline of a li'inui, you gotta know the protocols. You guys' lives is different from the common people. You guys supposed to take care of the common people, not abuse them, and no wait until the common people do something, and then all of a sudden you guys step in and say, "Oh, I'm a li'inui." I give you one li'inui. So all you guys that claiming to be li'inuis and stuff, you guys better do something. I even talking to Henry Noah. Brothers, you guys gotta do something. You get all the evidence you guys need. You get Professor Chang, you get Brother Sai, you get all the information. But what you guys do? You guys are all playing Portuguese over there. Instead of you going to shoot your enemy, you guys shoot you guys' own self in the head. But there's only one government where we left off. The one government is the Hawaiian Kingdom, Queen Liliuokalani. There's no other government, none whatsoever, no other government. You have factions, groups, but where does all that group lead to at the end? They all lead to separations. The only things gotta happen is we gotta pick up where we left off. And that is the time of Queen Liliuokalani. That is called the reinstated Hawaiian government, which is the Hawaiian Kingdom. I'm not saying they're perfect, but it's law, because was there any kingdom, other places that we didn't know besides Queen Liliuokalani, the queen of all the Hawaiian Islands, the archipelago, the Hawaiian Triangle, down to the South Pacific? Was there any other kingdom besides that? Atui probably can say that there was, but were they recognized by the governments at that time? The only government I know that was recognized was Queen Liliuokalani government. When they stole her government, that was the only government. So that's the only place that we can go, which we reinstalled it, we reinstated it. But now you still get all these groups all fighting. But if you intertwine them together, they become strong as one. But no, they're all fighting because they can't understand there was only one government, and only that one government, when you reinstate it, can be strong. But when you get one guy over there with all the information all stay out on the silver platter, nothing, no more nothing. I'm not condemning nobody. I just say that I'm so frustrated how all the Kanaks out there, they're fighting each other. And everybody knows there's only one government. They never know other government but Queen Liliuokalani at the time, when Kamehameha first said unite all the islands together, everybody had agreed. There was no other kingdom but Kamehameha when they unite all the islands. But today they come up with all kind of excuses. Oh, I'm a li'inuiv. I have genealogical ties. Then do something about it. I bet you all the howlies, when you guys talk to the howlies, they're laughing at you because you look stupid, talking all kind of BS, and you guys don't do nothing. You guys don't come to the meetings. You guys don't do nothing. If it was me, somebody would elect me to go to every meeting where I have to be there. I swear to God, I make these guys bow down. With all this knowledge that I have now, that most of you people out there laugh at me, think that I'm nuts. I'm laughing at you because I know that you're stupid. You know? And for you guys that doesn't even have the cojones or the pair between you guys' legs, for stand up for what is right, but to let everything get stolen from you. What kind of person are you? What kind of a li'i that you say that you are, that don't do jack nothing? Shame on you guys. The howlies, they all laughing at us. Even the Japanese probably laughing at us. Look how stupid this connects. We're stupid, all right? We're stupid because we never even try. I'm not stupid because I had tried. And when I had tried, I had learned more things about the court system. I learned more things about Kanaka Maoli. I learned more things about Hawaiian culture, spiritually and physically, that, I don't like walking your shoes. You guys' shoes so peel out with oh, I wanna be this, I'm that. I, be, me. It's not about you, it's about the people. How to survive. Our lands is in jeopardy that they stole and selling, and they're making money and we ain't getting nothing. We're getting kicked out. We're being homeless. And most of you don't care because you guys get houses. You guys sleep in warm beds. You guys have hot water. You guys can sit down at night and watch TV. You guys don't have to worry about nothing about centipedes crawling up into your tent or under your blanket. You guys even don't know what is homeless all about. I know. I'm still there. Because the state made sure that I'm blackballed all the way to the rest of my life. I'm blackballed, and they also label me as a whistleblower because what I seen was not right, so I asked them about it, so they labeled me. Now, so if that is so wrong for trying to do the right thing, then this whole world is screwed up. And who making it screwed up for us? It's not the local people. The local people are just following the shepherd. The shepherd is a white man. And that shepherd going to lead us into one slaughter. And we're the sheep. We're so innocent. Yes, master. We're going to follow you, master. Wherever you tell us to go, master. The master going to tell us, jump into the fire. All you guys going to jump in the fire. When you see a green pasture to your left, and your master tell him, jump over the cliff, jump over the cliff. Most of you guys go, yes, master, Then some of the smart ones can see the green pasture. And they go into the green pasture. And the master, you guys, the shepherd will tell you, don't go to the green pasture. It's not good for you. It's not real. But most of you guys, again, going, yes, master, I could do whatever you tell me, master. Before you know it, there's no sheep. Before you know it, this prime land. Oh, yeah, when they leave all the droppings behind, nice grass now it's growing. It's all the bullshit, all the BS. So with that, I give you guys one last thought. Christmas. Christmas is not on holiday. It's a white man holiday for make money. 2 times of the year. It's Thanksgiving and also Christmas. There's no Santa Claus. It's all made up. It's all made up. It's only in your mind. You have been all brainwashed when the day one when you was born. The only thing that is real is that your birth certificate is a bond. They're making money off you. That's why they won't let you go. If they let you go, they lose money. So every child, every person that is alive with the birth certificate, America is using all of us as a bond, a certificate, a money bond, money certificate. That's how they make trades. Because as far as I know, I think a person is worth about $600,000, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So with that, I'm just going to tell you, not the Merry Christmas, but have a good day, not Christmas. Christmas is all fake, it's about money. Thank you.